Hello Taurus, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to be watching this, I think this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. That is, I think, a very wonderful way to begin a reading. So that'll be our starting point. And we're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. It's already looking very nice. As I lay these cards out, I also want to say that if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Okay. Finishing up with the path. Wow, the path of the serpent. This all looks absolutely fabulous right now. This is, I'm glad we have that overhead so you can see what I'm seeing now. With this major arcana, with just that fortune card, that Wheel of Fortune and the Princess of Discs right there is absolutely fantastic. Mystery card. Don't want to forget the mystery card. We're going to use Rider-Waite-Smith. And this is the card that we are going to set aside. We're not going to look at it until the very end. In fact, we'll put that frog on top of it. And hopefully that will, give us the confirmation that we need and kind of tie everything together at the end. I'm very excited about this. This is looking like a lot of success, a lot of overcoming, right? Because I kind of want to start with the recent past or what's behind you right now. This is the Seven of Wands. I feel like recently you've been experiencing kind of a loss of energy. I feel like you might have some fatigue, some back pain, some aches and pains physically, some soreness. And it may also be like a lack of motivation. There may have been this feeling that things were just too difficult. Whatever work you're doing, whatever your plans are, whatever your goals are that you're trying to reach, I kind of feel like you were like this close to giving up. That there was just these overwhelming odds. Maybe you had a lot of obstacles recently. Maybe there were some setbacks, maybe in the last 7 months or so. I feel like that's all changing right now. And I feel like the important message right now for you is to get out of this mode of, it's too much, I can't do it, and change that to I can do it, I will do it. And in fact, you are in the process of doing it. Even with these setbacks, even with these obstacles, that is you pushing forward, right? Even if it feels like you're taking 2 steps back, just remember that you can take 5 steps forward, and then maybe you're going to get another 2 back, and that's okay. But you keep going, right? You're not throwing in the towel, right? There is no white flag being raised with you. But I feel like you came close, because we see some of this kind of, not negative energy, but this rather difficult energy, we'll say. On the top, behind us, on the bottom, some difficult energy. And then with this Tower card here, I'm feeling like you were ready to just kind of give up, to just say forget it to the whole thing, okay? I don't know if this is your own business, if this is a work thing, a work project, something that you're trying to create, okay? Anyway, let's go to the Wheel of Fortune, because this really is the energy that is coming into your life right now. And this is Jupiter energy. This is all expansiveness. This is almost like a father figure kind of person that says, I'm going to teach you how to do things. I'm not going to make it easy for you. I'm going to show you the way to success. But I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'll show you how to do it, right? It's a very generous energy. It's a very loving energy, but it's rather stern as well, And I think that's kind of, this is the universe saying, look, you've had these setbacks. You've passed the test. So now here is your reward. Here is the success that you are working toward, right? It's not charity. It's not a handout. You're manifesting through your hard work and your toil, your efforts. You're manifesting whatever the results are, whatever the goals are that you're working toward. Okay. And this is the Princess of Discs. This is telling me that there are just infinite ways that this is manifesting for you. Okay. And I don't know what your particular work is. If you want to leave some comments, that would be great. I always love hearing about everybody's kind of unique work, their unique creations, right? What is the path that you're on specifically? Now, you don't have to get personal. You don't have to share. You can just stop by and say hi. But the Princess of Discs here, you're manifesting the results of this. So if this is a business, if this is some financial security, if this is a promotion at work, if this is your own creative endeavors, it's all going to kind of come to fruition very soon, I feel, especially with the rest of this energy that we see. But I think really what we're overcoming is this kind of pessimism, right? Being weighed down by these setbacks and these obstacles and starting to feel like, I just can't do it. I've been trying, it's just not working out. That's the Seven of Wands. That's the Three of Swords. And that's a little bit of the Seven of Discs down here at the bottom. What we have to focus on is that this is all part of the larger scheme of things, right? This is all part of the path. There is, I don't think, anyone in history that has gone from point A to point B, whether it's in their career or any kind of creative endeavors, any kind of work, right? And when I say work, I don't just mean career. I don't mean what you do for money. I mean whatever you're spending your days doing, okay? There's no one that's gone from point A to point B without any kind of bumps in the road, without having to turn down any side roads, without having to stop for snacks or something. There's always something that comes in the way of this path that you're on. But that's what makes it a path, right? If it was just point A to point B, a straight line, it would just be geometry or something, math, right? It'd be math. It wouldn't be an actual road or path. So we need to expect some bumps, some twists and turns, maybe some speed bumps, maybe like those really big speed bumps that are kind of really long and slow, or those really steep speed bumps that feel like you're just kind of hitting like one of those parking lot concrete things, those kind of speed bumps. They come in all shapes and sizes. The point is that you may feel like you're just hitting a lot of them lately, right? Maybe the last few months. I think that's all changing for you. I think now that you've gotten through this kind of rough terrain, now the universe is like, okay, here's some flat, smooth road for you. Brand new, newly paved, very quiet, very soft and smooth. It's going to be a great ride. Okay, maybe got some new tires on there. And you're really rolling now. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune is that wheel. It's showing the movement, the forward progress to this manifestation, whatever it is that you're manifesting. Okay, whatever your success looks like to you, this is it. Right, this is you producing the fruits of your labor, right? And enjoying them too. Now we have these obstacles that we've been through. I don't think we really need to recap them specifically. The Seven of Wands, I think, is a very good representation of the setbacks, the struggles, the feeling like you're just being overpowered by the difficulties of whatever you're doing. If it was too easy, though, it wouldn't really be worth doing, Above everything with the Three of Swords, this is a tendency that you might have to focus on those setbacks, focus on the negative, and it starts to affect your self-esteem, right? It starts to affect your confidence. Rather than saying, I can, I will, I am doing, it's kind of the, I can't, I tried, it didn't work, I failed, I'm over it. And this is kind of the awareness that we do that to ourselves, right? That we sort of reinforce the negative sometimes. And that leads us kind of, or keeps us, I should say, back in this Seven of Wands kind of energy, okay? Where we just feel like the circumstances are too great, the odds are against us, the odds are too insurmountable, okay? So this is your awareness of how the mind works. It's kind of like while we're in there, in that energy, talking ourselves kind of down, you know, we're aware that we're doing it, but yet we just kind of keep doing it, you know. It's a habit, I think, for human beings to do that. I don't know why. But as you start to see the road get a little bit smoother, I want you to pay attention to that, right? Let's come down out of this kind of dark cloud that we're in, and let's begin to notice how things are kind of starting to go our way a little bit. We're starting to take a couple of cautious steps forward. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're waiting for the setback to come. And maybe it doesn't come right away, so we take another couple of steps. And all the while, we're cautious. All the while, we are checking our path for big rocks or gopher holes, something that we might trip over, you know, or sprain our ankle in. And that is the Six of Swords. That's careful planning, right? That is also putting some distance between you and those setbacks, right? Take some cautious steps forward, right? Get away from whatever this kind of snare was with this 3 and this 7. Get away from that snare. And before you know it, you will have gone like a quarter mile, a half mile, a full mile or kilometer for my metric friends. You know, I personally would prefer the metric system. I'm in the U.S. We use the U.S. whatever system. I much prefer metric. I really do. Anyway, you're putting some distance between you and these setbacks. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to run wild with confidence and, you know, just close your eyes and start running down the road, because then you will trip over something. It's pretty much guaranteed. So this is still a thoughtfulness, a mindfulness, right? Six of Swords. It's balanced. It's effective. It is very much aware of the reality. It doesn't run when it should walk, right? It doesn't stop when it should be at least walking at a leisurely pace, you know. And this, I think, will put you well on the way toward your ultimate goal, toward this manifestation. Now, I think that the Princess of Discs is representing primarily these incremental successes or achievements or milestones, right? The first couple of steps, you didn't trip over anything. Okay, good. Another couple of steps, you're still good. You keep going. Maybe you could pick up a little bit of speed. The point to all of this, I think, is the 7. Now, the 7 of Pentacles, sometimes the key word is failure. Sometimes it's a lot of effort with literally no results, no rewards, right? Just kind of wasted effort. But this card also means that your work is not over yet, right? It doesn't mean that suddenly now you have this Wheel of Fortune energy, this Jupiter energy, and this Princess of Discs, and now you can sit back, you can just put your tools down, and I've done it, I'm here, I'm just waiting for the check to come in the mail. No, there's still a lot of work for you to do, okay? You still have to take these first steps and then start to pick up speed, all the while being very careful, very mindful, right? Checking our negative thinking and keeping our eyes also on the path before us so that we don't trip over the rocks or sprain our ankle in the gopher hole, right? So a lot of work is still in front of you. But now I think you can begin to see that things are starting to fall into place, right? And whether things are falling into place because you've changed your thinking, or if it's the other way around, or if you're changing your thinking because now things are starting to go your way, either way you look at it, it's the wheel. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right? Anywhere on this wheel can be the top of the wheel, can be the middle of the circumference, right? The middle of the line. So it's the same kind of thing. And what we really need to be aware of, I think, is this Tower energy. Because Taurus, I think you have the potential, I guess, to really be the bull in the china shop. Okay, I think with the Tower energy here, it feels like you're kind of always right at the edge of just kind of smashing everything. You know, it's almost like Taurus in particular has to kind of walk a little bit more carefully than other signs might, because you have such power and force in your movements that you need to make a conscious effort. You need to be, again, mindful of that strength, of your power, of your kind of like your energetic size. You know, I'm not talking about physical size, but the way that your energy really can ripple out from you and affect things kind of at a distance, right? It's like this spiritual size that you have. I don't know how to explain it. But that requires you to be a little bit more mindful and be more intentionally like gentle, you know. And I think that's a good way to pair these two up. Let's be mindful of our power and how easily we can kind of break things around us, right? And the Tower energy is also, like I said at the beginning, your urge to kind of just smash everything. You know, it would be very easy for you to do that. But we have to keep this in some sort of containment, right? And I think a good way to do this, now I find it very interesting that we have 2 sevens over here on the path of the dove, the 7 of wands and discs, okay, showing the tremendous odds and the tremendous work, right? And we basically just have to use that power of ours, right, to overcome the odds and overcome all of the work that still needs to be done, right? So we have the 2 sevens. We also have the 2 sixes here. We have the 6 of swords and the 6 of wands. So the 6 of swords is the mindfulness, right? The being aware of the thoughts, being aware of the things that we tell ourselves, because what we tell ourselves is what's going to be reality, right? Whatever we're convinced of is what we're going to believe. And the 6 of wands here is the same thing, but then translated into this kind of harmony of action. See, the 6 of swords is kind of the harmony of our mind, right? Of our mentality, of the thoughts and stuff. It's a balance. It's really keeping things in check, keeping things in a resonance and a harmony, right? We need to do the same thing with our physical force and our kind of, not our emotions, but like our passions, you know? And passion can sometimes turn to rage or anger, right? And this card's in the position of kind of your greatest asset, right? This is the relationship, the environment, this is what's around you right now. And there's a lot of fire with this, especially with the Tower energy. There's a lot of this force and, you know, almost like a rage that really needs to be contained. And this is talking about keeping that in check, keeping the harmony in that kind of strong, vital force and fire energy. Okay? So I think that this card is talking about the need for some kind of a physical exercise or activity. I don't know if you're a weightlifter, if you go to the gym. If that's something that you like to do, or something that you used to do, or something that you want to do, now's the time to begin that. Okay? Now is the time to begin some sort of physical activity, maybe a sport, maybe ballet, maybe dancing, right? Maybe weightlifting, something, you know? Something that not only will release a lot of this strength and this force and fire that's built up within you, but will also help you with the 6 of swords and increase that mindfulness, right? You have to learn whether you're ballet dancing or weightlifting or in a sport, you have to learn balance. You have to learn gracefulness and gentleness, right? That's a big part of, I think, any kind of sport or any kind of physical activity, maybe martial arts, right? There's a lot of balance, a lot of grace and gentleness that's involved with those things as well. So I think that is how we kind of acclimate ourselves to this new path that we're on, and how we distance ourselves from this Seven of Wands, the setbacks, the feeling of being defeated, the feeling like these odds are too great. You know, we put some distance between ourselves and this kind of past, I don't want to say failure, but the setbacks, right? Because what we have next, once we acclimate ourselves to this new Wheel of Fortune energy and this new path, the two cards that come next, I don't even know what to say about them because they're so amazing. First one is the Empress. Okay, the Empress. And for some reason, this card's in the position of what we don't want, right? So I think part of this is that we don't want anyone to make this too easy for us, right? Even the universe itself. We don't want to have everything handed to us. We may think we do, right? And a lot of you are probably shaking your head or writing a comment, maybe even switching the channel right now. I don't know. Because we really do. We think we want everything to come easy. We think we want things just given to us, right? We deserve it. We've worked hard. But if someone were to take away the hard work and just give us everything that we wanted, I think Taurus especially would feel rather disappointed about that. You know, I think that your stubborn pride really would get in the way of that. And you almost wouldn't accept it. You would almost reject any kind of a gift that you didn't pay for, that you didn't work for, that you felt like you didn't deserve, right? So it's not a handout. It's not charity. It's not Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune energy just saying, okay, here's everything you wanted. You know, you're still working hard for it. You're still working hard for it. This card is also kind of a reminder that, look, you need to let either your loved ones, your friends, your family, the universe, whatever it is, you need to accept a little bit of love and affection and care, okay? It's okay to let your significant other or your family or whoever it is take care of you a little bit. You know, I'm not saying you're an invalid or that you need like round-the-clock care or something, but it's okay to accept a little bit of affection and to, even if it's just from yourself to yourself, right? Treat yourself to a little bit of rest and relaxation, especially, right? Especially if you're doing the physical activities, the sport, the martial arts, the wrestling, whatever it is, the weightlifting, the ballet dancing, you deserve a little bit of R&R after that. And we've got to have the balance, right? We have 7 and 7, we have 6 and 6. We've got to have a balance between things, okay? And I think that the Empress energy is difficult for you. You know, even though this card rules the planet Venus, right? There's a lot of Venus energy here. And Venus and Taurus, well, you know, intimately connected. But I think right now there's, because of the position of this card, there's a little bit of an issue here with the Venus energy. It's like we want it, but we don't want it. We have trouble accepting it, right? So this card is here to say, look, accepting love and affection and care and nurturing and support, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, is not going to make you weak. It is not going to bring us anywhere near that 7 of Wands that we were in. The feeling like this is too great for us to handle, that we've somehow gone soft or something. It's not going to do that. If anything, the love, the affection, the nurturing, the care is going to strengthen you, is going to make you more powerful to follow your path, to attain your goals, right? To fulfill your purpose. And the next card. Well, this is the Star. This is the attainment of your purpose. And I think with this, you have I'm getting a D name. I don't know if there's somebody back with this Empress card. Is if there's someone with a D for the first or last initial, I think that's might be significant for some of you. Anyway, the Star card is you having discovered the path that you were meant to be on. Okay? And the thing with the Star, with all of the stars, really, is that they're just so damn far away. Right? This is you receiving the starlight. You're receiving the blessings. You're receiving the kind of download from Spirit, from your star, your particular destiny, purpose, your goal, whatever you want to call it. I think that you have discovered what that star is. And I think now, through opening up to this Venus energy, opening up to this Empress energy like we've been talking about, is going to allow you to really receive this bliss, this grace, this harmony, this spiritual starlight, right? Even though your goal may still be far away, you can still start to receive some of the benefits of the work you're doing to get there, right? And that, I think, is what's creating this Jupiter energy. So we're kind of, time is kind of very relative here, because I feel like one thing is causing another, which is causing something else, and we're just kind of looping back around in time, By opening up to this Empress Venus energy, you are kind of, you're calling down this starlight, and this starlight in turn is what is bringing you this Jupiter energy, this Wheel of Fortune kind of feeling, and then you kind of acclimating to that and continuing on your path is what is allowing you to open up to the Venus energy, the Empress energy. And so we're kind of looping back around, right? And that's all of the nature of this Wheel of Fortune, because the wheel here, this is here to say that time is not really linear, right? Time is kind of like a spiral. And so you may find yourself back in this same kind of situation here, maybe even a little bit close to this Seven of Wands, which is not where we want to be. But we know that each time the wheel kind of turns, we're making progress, right? And there's still going to be setbacks. You're still eventually going to meet with another speed bump sooner or later. But I think for right now, maybe for the next 6 months or something, but for right now, I think the road's going to be very smooth for you, okay? And this star energy, this is your ultimate goal, your ideal, the fulfillment of your spiritual will, whatever it may be. And now I want to take a look at that mystery card. I want to see what that might confirm for us. Mr. Frog did not tell me what the card was. But I'm thinking some water energy. I'm thinking a 6 or a 7 of cups probably fit nicely into what we already have here with the 6s and the 7s. Let's find out. Maybe another major arcana. No, we have the Hanged Man. We have the Hanged Man. So I wonder if there is something that you need to discard from your life. This one, I got to admit, right off the bat, this one is a little perplexing to me. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if this is referring maybe to giving up some of this negative thinking. This is, putting the distance between us and this Seven of Wands. Giving up this kind of habit of thinking that with the Three of Swords, maybe. Or if this is, perhaps this is the yielding, right? Perhaps this Hanged Man is you relinquishing some of this almost rage with the Tower energy, giving up some of that energy, maybe through physical activity, exercise, whatever, the dance, the gym, and surrendering yourself to the starlight, right? This card rules the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, but this card really has an intimate connection with water. Okay, because of that, starlight is kind of, it flows kind of like water, right? It's the spiritual waters, the healing, nurturing, blissful waters of spirit. So it could be an indication for you to offer yourself up to that, for you to yield to it. Don't fight against it. And that's some of this Venus energy too. Put that back there. This is you not resisting it with the Tower energy, but yielding to it, giving up the resistance to it, surrendering to it, and allowing it to fill you and inform you and heal you and cool you and refresh you to continue on this path, kind of smooth sailing for a while, right? This is perhaps yielding to the idea that the water can kind of be like glass right now. We've got some good weather coming, right? But we have to open ourselves up to that. And I think the Hanged Man is really about not trying to change anything, not fighting, not struggling against it, yielding to it, accepting it, allowing this water, the spiritual light, allowing the star energy to come into your life and guide you. This is your guiding star. If the seas are like glass, then the sky is clear, and you can see your North Star, right? And this gives you the reassurance that everything is as it should be. And that you have this Jupiter energy. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like your compass, right? But if you're navigating by the stars, you don't really need the compass. It's nice to have it, right? This is your good luck. This is your smooth road. This is your no setbacks kind of thing. But if we're navigating by the stars, then even when we get some speed bumps or some choppy waters, it's okay. It's okay because we can still see our star as long as the air energy, the atmosphere, the sky, right, remains clear, no clouds with 3 of Swords. As long as we keep the sky clear, we can always follow our star. And I think the Hanged Man is the confirmation that you have located your guiding star, your North Star, and now you are opening yourself up to following it, wherever it may lead, right? And that's going to lead us to the extended reading, if you'd like to stick around for that, and I hope you will. Just click on the link that's right there on your screen, and you'll have access to all of the extended readings for all of the zodiac signs, not just for Leo, or Taurus, excuse me. And I want to thank you for being here and for letting me read for you. This was a timeless reading, so I think whenever you're watching this, really, you're meant to see it right now. Okay, I think this is what you need to hear right now at this time in your life. Okay. I hope you'll leave me some comments. Again, hit the like button and consider subscribing if this is resonating with you. And thanks again. I really appreciate all of the love and support. Thank you for stopping by. And I do hope that you'll come back and see me again soon.